good morning. How are you? I hope everybody is doing well, right? Are you preparing the notes correctly? Now we finished 6 classes. This is the 7th one. We are entering to the unit number 2, last portions. What topic is called coordination and subordination. Some students tell me that they nowadays lose their confidence. What is the matter? You are losing your confidence. Nothing to lose. Everywhere there is a problem. We now, Keralites and Indians and all the people of the world are now passing through in a tight schedule, what is called walking on the tired road. Some people say walking on the tired road means whether the traveler is tired or road is tired. Somewhat problems coming, lot of areas where nothing to worry about the confidence. You know, confidence that we have to keep, we have to maintain, we have to develop. Plenty examples available. You know, there will not be any people to support you. But I remember one case after reading a biography of a man that, our Kerala University. Kerala University first, it was started by a royal family of Kerala. His Majesty, Travangurian kings and queens. And once they started the University of Kerala, that is in before independence, and they had kept a directive principles, many rules, the university rules. In the university rules, it is written, one who secures the first rank in any one of the disciplines in the university will be given a teaching post or will be appointed as a teacher. And we have a lot of people, professors in University of Kerala, who after their course in the first rank position, they became professors. But what I want to tell you, this case, a particular time coming, that time a boy has secured first rank in English language and literature, MA, English and language, first rank holder. And everybody was happy, family was happy, and he was happy that next day he will get a job of a professor because university rule says so. What happens? Once he applied for the job of a professor, he was not appointed. Why? He belongs to backward community. And the same petition went to the royal king of Travancore kingdom. And he met the king. And king also told him, we cannot appoint you as a professor. Why? That I cannot tell you now, but we cannot appoint you. That time he understood he belongs to a backward community and he did not get a job. But since all the people getting rank in the college, university college, will get a job. He became very sad. And he left Kerala. He left Kerala. He reached Delhi and began to prepare for IAS and IPS. And he appeared the exam and he got rank in IAS or Indian Administrative System. During the interview, he preferred Indian Foreign Service, IFS. And later he went to Burma and spent almost 10 years there. And later, after marriage, he came to India. Again, he had a passion for teaching. But Travancore King and Kerala University did not give him an opportunity. But he came from Burma and stayed in Delhi. Again, he taught so many universities. But by fortunate incident, what happened? He joined in Indian politics. Later he became President of India. Who is that President of India? K.R. Narayan. You know. Once he got first rank in University of Kerala, he was eligible for professorship, but that time Travancore Kingdom dismissed him and not giving job. And this man later coming to Kerala University after many years back, and he reiterated, he projected this matter on the dais, Kerala Senate Hall, that one day I want to be a professor here, but I did not get. He came to inaugurate Platinum Jubilee of Kerala University later as the President of India. So what does it show? It shows that wherever you lose your opportunity, one day or another day you will be approved. That is why he says in his biography, if you are eligible, you will be recognized. Eligibility will be recognized. You develop your confidence, then you study, you make a determination, go march ahead. One day or another day we will succeed. That passion you should keep. Anyway, let us come to our area. Now we are going to finish the second unit. You refer your syllabus. Our last area of the area is called coordination and subordination. But to understand coordination, subordination, all these topics you have to cover. Then only we can finish. First area, what is called conjunctions. What is conjunction? We called in modern grammar conj. Alright, what is meant by conj? It is connector. What is meant by connector? In modern grammar, we people say it is linking word. Linking word. Linking means connecting word. They are called linking words. They are called connecting words. What do you study in parts of speech in traditional grammar? They are called, what is called? Conjunctions, connectors. How to study this? Means unless you go through the conjunction or connectors or conjugates, you cannot understand coordination and subordination, which is a mega area in transformational generative grammar. So first primary step to understand what is conjunction, what is the linking words, and how you can place it in different forms. So conjunction, some of you have studied as a seventh parts of speech, right? Conjunction. How do you study that? Conjunction. Conjunction we have in modern grammar, we have three classification conjunction. First, 2, 3 classifications or 3 division, better to say. So keep in mind, first one is coordinating conjunction. Coordinating conjunction. Second one is subordinating. Alright, subordinating conjunction. Look here. Third one is called correlative conjunction. So first keep in mind what are called conjunctions. They are called connectors. Which are connectors? They are called linking words. What is meant by linking words? They are kept as connectors to phrase and sentence to sentence. And the second jumping conjunction classified 3 areas. better you keep which all the coordinating conjunction function, in what level we will explain later. What all the conjunctions? Coordinating conjunction, first important one is and. Keep in mind systematically. And. Second one, but. Third one, yet. Important one. Alright. I write the only important one. Still. And, but, yet, still are called coordinating conjunctions. Coordination. How coordination coming? We'll teach you later. Subordinating conjunction, important one is because. Because is subordinating conjunction. WH words. Subordinating conjunctions. Alright, if, then though. Alright, though, then all this you underline and keep under your custody. Coordination important for, then subordination important for. Alright, if close, WH word, because though, all this coming. Correlation conjunction. These are somewhat complicated. They appear in pair. Example, either or. Alright, either or. Then example, both and. Example. Alright, not only but also. Alright, but also. Such examples coming. So what I try to define now, what I try to explain now, conjunctions are classified in three areas or three divisions they have. First one called coordination conjunction, coordinating, they are coordinating. Then second one is subordination, subordinating. Then third one is correlation. Keep in mind they appear in pair. They appear in pair. So, conjunction used as connectors, how they function. They are important. Example I will show you. What is the importance of conjunction? Now we go to conjunction. Alright, coordination and subordination conjunction. We'll take one example. Copy down that the sun set. One example, the sun set. Full stop. The night fell. One example. Look here. The sun set and the night fell. These are simple sentences. This is simple sentence. Subject, predicate, subject, predicate. They can be connected by using any one of the conjunctions. Suppose equal status coming, we apply and. So we get the sun set and the night fell. This and used as connector, which is called coordination conjunction. Coordination conjunction. In the coordination conjunction, in generally, we people keep two areas equal. Here, the sun set, sun subject plus predicate. Here, the night fell, the night subject plus predicate. Both are equal, they are connected by and. So, this is called conjunction for coordination. Then, we take another example for subordination. For subordination. So, in coordination conjunction, both sides will be equal. That you have to keep in mind. Conjunctions may be used for connecting word by word, sentence by sentence. So, once you keep sentence by sentence connection, suppose you use and, left and right will be equal. That is the importance of coordination. But once you use subordination conjunction given in the notebook, what is called I like him. Example, I like him because he is honest. Look here. I like him a sentence. He is honest. Because subordination conjunction. Because. Why do I like him? Because he is honest. He is honest depending on I like him. So this because is called subordination conjunction. I know where you were born. Another example. I know where you are born. Look here, this where. Subordination conjunction. Why? You were born depending on I know. This is not equal. But earlier example we took a sunset and the nightfall. Equal sentences we took. So subordination and subordination conjunction and coordination conjunction work like that. In the same way, we take a correlation conjunction. That is another type. I told you know what is the feature of correlation conjunction. They appear in pair. Example, either or. Like neither nor. All these are correlation conjunction. They come in a correlative way. Either take it or leave it. Example, either take it or leave it. Look here, this either correlation, take it, leave it. Here also subject is you, take it predicate, leave it predicate. Predicate plus predicate combined by either or. In the same way, we can use so many correlatives, so that hardly, when, no sooner, all these are coming. So first thing you keep in mind, we have coordinating conjunctions available, then subordinating conjunctions available, then we have then correlation conjunction. Before that, enter into another area of this section, what is called conjunctions. You have to study what is a clause. That is important area. All right, everywhere we listen clause. What is a clause? Any one of you know what is a clause? What is a clause? First of all, keep in mind, a clause means a sentence where you get a subject, verb, object, means it is a clause. Example, look here, one example I will tell you. John is a doctor. Example, John, subject, is verb, a doctor, object. We can call it is a clause. Means what? Basically keep in mind, clause means a sentence. What is a sentence? Group of words giving you complete sentence. That is called John is a doctor. It is a sentence, can also be called as a clause. Okay. There will be people asking you what is the difference between clause and a phrase. Alright. Clause means you will get a group of words giving you a complete sentence. But the phrase is different. Example, John is a doctor in my hospital. Example, look here, in my hospital. This in my hospital can be avoided from the sentence, which is not compulsory, but giving you a small sense. In my hospital is a small sense, but not a sentence. So that small meaning, all right, not in complete sense, this is called a phrase. All right, so difference between clause and phrase, they will ask you. This is one, clause and phrase. What is a clause? Any one of you, what is a clause? Clause is a sentence. How to identify a phrase from a sentence? Sentence will be having S plus V plus O. Whereas phrase will having a group of words which gives only a meaning, a partial meaning, not a complete meaning. In the example, John is a doctor. It is a clause, but in my hospital, it is a phrase. So, you understand the phrase. He left us. He left. I'll take another example. To identify, he left us in the morning. Look here. He, subject, left, verb, us, object, in the morning. It is a phrase. What type of phrase? That is coming later. So here this sentence, the structure is clause plus a phrase. That is the structure. Clause and phrase is different. So we studied. He left us in the morning. So in the morning is a phrase. He left us when the morning came. So two clauses coming. The same sentence can be converted to another way. Look here. The first sentence we have clause plus a phrase. Second is example you take. He left us when the morning came. Look here. Here he left us A clause. When morning came, another B clause. So two clauses coming. Here also not a phrase appearing, it is a clause. So this is clause by clause. But that was clause plus phrase. That difference you have to keep in mind. So many ways we have to study structure of sentences. Then we will reach clause and phrase. Coordination, subordination, correlatives. Correlatives, they start by pair, either or, not only but also, hardly when, no sooner than. Like such examples coming, you prepare, you will get correlations, correlative clauses. That for the more examples you refer any one of the traditional grammars. So we have different patterns. Now this is a complicated area. We enter to some complicated area of sentence structure called simple, compound, complex, compound, complex. What is called? So after studying a clause, please tell me any one of you what is meant by a clause? No answer? What is meant by a clause? A clause is a sentence. And what is a sentence? Sentence means a group of words. What is a group of words? It should give you a meaning. Then structure will be S plus V plus O. So sentence can be labeled as a clause. Then what is a phrase? It is a group of words, but not a complete sense. A partial sense will be applied. So first you keep in the structure of sentence. A clause followed by phrase may be possible. Clause plus clause will be possible. That we have seen. So after studying this clause and phrase, after studying conjunctions, we slowly enter to types of sentences. It is in continuation of the previous unit that we studied structure of sentences. Here basic structure is called, now you can keep. First one is simple. Second one is compound. Alright, third one is complex. It is given there. Then fourth one is compound, complex. Look here. These patterns you have to study. In modern grammar, example you take, 1 S plus V plus O coming, we call simple sentence. This is a complicated area. Unless you keep very, very vigilant on this area, you will be confused. So study properly, step by step. I teach you step by step. Simple means when there is a finite verb. When there is a finite verb, you will get a, finite means main verb, you will get a sentence. So that sentence is called, you will get a simple sentence. What is a simple sentence? I will tell you one example. Example, early morning, I go to the garden. One example, look here. This is a famous example by Michael Swan. Early morning, I go to my garden, go to garden. This is a finite verb, main verb. How many main verb appear here? Only one. So I will be subject, go will be verb, to the garden will be object. Simple sentence. SVO. Early morning, it is a phrase. So early morning I go to the garden. Go is main verb. This main verb is called finite verb. Some people get confused. What is finite and non-finite? Finite means main verb. Here only one finite verb available means one V available as preceded or followed means is equal to, you will get a simple pattern. So keep in mind, simple pattern means S plus V plus O. Modern grammarians say it is independent sentence. Independent. So keep in mind, independent sentence. Modern TG grammarians call independent sentence. Some people say main sentence. Some people say principal sentence. Some people say independent sentence. Supra-sentential, ultra-modern grammar, pseudo-grammarians call it is a sentence. Look here, A. They label A. What did I explain now? I explained you get a sentence. This sentence will get a SVO. Am I right? So once a finite verb is there, traditional grammarians call simple sentence. Alright, structural grammarians say S plus V plus O pattern. TG grammarians call independent sentence. Supra-sentential grammarians call A clause, A sentence, A. It is labeled as A. So keep in mind, after some time we will refer only A. What is meant by A? I don't say independent. I don't say simple sentence. I will say only A. A stands for simple pattern. What is the structure of simple pattern? S plus V plus O. If there is a finite verb, that will be considered as a symbol. In this sentence, after searching here, after doing analysis, you can understand here only one main verb. It shows independent. It shows a pattern. It shows symbol pattern. It shows S plus V plus O pattern. So, identify number of verbal elements coming in the sentence. If one finite verb coming, it is called a pattern. Are you okay? Very complicated here. Going by step, you will get confused. So, understand the primary step. Primary step is whether sentence has a finite verb or not. Are you okay? So, then immediately after finite verb, I will tell you another example. Alright? This early morning, here, same example we took. Same example, early morning, I go to the garden, then we write, and find many flowers. Look here. Early morning, I go to the garden and find. Here find, go. Here one main verb coming, here another main verb coming. Connected by and. Am I right? Am I right? So, early morning is a phrase. I go to the garden, find many flowers. Here, who is finding? I myself. Repetition not wanted. I is already referred. Repetition not wanted here. I find many flowers. Here, main flowers. So, connected by and. So, what means? I go to the garden stands for A. What is a simple sentence? What is simple sentence? S plus V plus O. What is S plus V plus O? Independent. So first I go to the garden is independent. It is having main verb. After connection and you go there, again find you, another verb you find. Means from here to the flower, another A. Means pattern is A plus A. A plus A means what? One independent, another independent. Connected by and. Equal status. Once you get the equal status, left and right, connected by and, such sentences are called compound pattern. Compound pattern. Simple pattern you S plus V plus O, or independent, or what you call A clause. Once you get a clause left hand, right hand another clause connected by hand, you will get so A plus A is the pattern of compound pattern. Any doubts? So we reached from simple pattern to compound pattern. Simple pattern, again I repeat, simple pattern having one main verb. One main verb means what? Simple pattern. Means I go to the garden. Go is main verb. Am I right? So I go to the garden is simple. Simple plus S plus V plus O. S plus V plus O means independent. Independent means A clause. That A clause will be again connected by supporting and you will get another clause. Means S, V plus O and. So structure will be here. Compound pattern structure will be here. Structure we will write S plus V plus O plus big plus means and S plus V plus O is equal to A plus A. So first one is A, second one is A plus A. Once you get A plus A sentences, they are called compound patterns. Traditional grammar people called compound. In modern grammar we call A plus A. So once you get A symbol, once you get A plus A, you will call compound pattern. Then next one is complex. Look here, how complex prepared. How complex? Early morning. Look here. Look here. Look here. Again, we take early morning. Another example. Early morning. I go to the garden. Same example you take. Comma. Where I find flowers. Look here. Look here. Early morning is a phrase. Early morning is a phrase. Are you okay? Early morning is a group of words. Give you a partial meaning. I go to the garden. A. Am I right? What is A? Independent. What is independent? S plus V plus O. What is S plus V plus O? Means symbol. Then where? I find. Again A. Here find is CME. Go is CMB. So main verb and main verb. Finite verb plus finite verb coming. So here A coming, here A. But connected by, what is this WH word? Connected by subordinating conjunction. Once subordinating conjunction connection used, this area will be depending on the main area. Means this depending area from where to the flower is called B. Earlier we called A plus A. So this area connecting to or depending on the main clause, main sentence, independent sentence. This sentence, TG grammarians called dependent sentence, dependent clause. Why? This clause depends on the main clause. I go to the garden. So pattern will be complex. A plus B, a principal clause followed by subclause. Traditional grammarians call subclause. How can you identify subclause? How can you identify dependent clause? How can you define B clause? Only by the presence of subordinating conjunction. I have listed some subordinating conjunction in the notebook. You study that. Once you apply here like that, following area will be dependent. Dependent means B. B means what? Subclause. Subclause means once one side A clause will be there, other side B clause will be there. This B clause will be always depending A clause. So pattern will be A plus B. Otherwise, keep in mind what? Once you use subordinating conjunctions, all these conjunctions will tell you subordinating clause, means complex pattern. So where we reach? Complex. From where which we reach? From symbol we jumped to compound. From compound we jumped to complex. Another pattern in the traditional grammar book not available. Another pattern is called compound complex. The last pattern, keep in mind. It has somewhat problems. You keep in mind. I will tell you, these are the basic steps that you keep in mind. Basic steps I am teaching. So, simple over, compound over, complex over, compound complex coming. How compound complex coming? It should have, pattern should be A plus B. Means what? Compound feature should be there, complex feature should be there. So if compound and complex means in this pattern sentence there will be three clauses. Three clauses. I will tell you one beautiful example. Alright, three clauses, complex and compound pattern. You will get complex and compound pattern. Complex compound. When I heard the cry, example you write. Alright, A plus B. When I heard the cry, example, when I heard the cry, I ran to spot. I ran to spot. Alright, when I ran to spot. And, here no, full stop. And I saved the child. Look here, I have saved the child from a dog. From a dog. Look here. Look here. What I will read once again. When I heard the cry, I ran to the spot. To the spot. And I saved the child from the dog. Look here. Here, what are the sentence? When I heard the cry. Here, comma. This is called B. This is called B. I ran to the spot. This is called A. I subject, ran finite verb to the spot. A. And connector. What type of connector is and? Coordinating conjunction. And I save the boy from the dog. Again A. So pattern will be, this is sentence pattern will be what is called B plus A plus A. First starting B, dependent clause start first. When I heard the cry, B plus A plus A. If it is written B plus A, okay. Otherwise you write A plus B, okay. Here one thing you have to keep in mind, compound feature should be there, at the same time complex feature should be there. So, and any type of clauses that you choose you can add, but there should be one A plus A. Such sentences are called complex compound pattern. So, very very important area, clausal coordination, all these you have to use that. Very important. So, what did we tell you? Now look here, we studied sentence structure. First we studied conjunctions. After these conjunctions we studied sentence structure. Clause and phrases are there. Explained what is a clause, what is a phrase. Then coordination, conjunction, subordination. Coordination always coming with the A plus A pattern. Subordination coming with the A plus B pattern. So once you get a sentence, identify the connectors, identify the linking words, underline, then you examine whether they belong to coordination or subordination or correlations. Then you can easily identify the pattern of the sentence. So first thing is simple pattern, which is called independent, which is called S plus V plus O. Modern grammarians call A. It is A clause. Then once you connect two sentences together with the coordinating conjunction, example and, you will get A plus A is equal to compound pattern. Once you get one A clause and another B clause, means B clause dependent clause, it is called A plus B pattern, which is called complex pattern. Then you get the compound feature as well as complex feature all together you get. Then you will get a complex compound pattern. I will give you one more example to make it clear how to identify. Then you will remember what all things we done. Alright, when he was doing homework, look here, when he was doing homework. Look here. When he was doing homework, I was washing my clothes. I was washing my clothes. Example. Look here. Suppose they ask you to analyze this sentence and tell the pattern whether A plus A, whether A plus B, whether A plus B. Simple, compound, complex, compound, complex. Which pattern this sentence belong to? Identify. He was doing homework. Connected by, started by when? When is subordination. When is subordination conjunction? I was washing my clothes. It is independent. So subordination used from here to here. It is B clause. So pattern of the sentence will be B plus A is equal to A plus B. A plus B means one independent, one dependent, one principal, one main clause, one subclause. One independent, one dependent clause. Means A plus B. A plus B means what? B plus A. B plus A means what? A plus B is equal to complex. Are you okay? So this way you have to prepare. So simple pattern is okay. Compound pattern is okay. Complex pattern is okay. Compound pattern is okay. Then you refer any traditional grammar books, then get this area, then write yourself. If any type of doubts you have, you do not hesitate to ask me. Till then, thank you.